Have you ever tried to define faith? The Bible defines faith as assurance of things hoped for and conviction of things not seen. Now, I don't think faith gets a lot of good press in our world. I remember when I was first discerning religious life, getting serious about thinking about becoming a sister, I went to work and I had one of those clatter rings that you turn around to show whether you're single or not. And I had turned it around saying I wasn't single because I was just trying to focus on my relationship with Jesus. And one of my coworkers, who was about my age, she asked me, she said, "Oh, you have a boyfriend, so tell me about him." I was like, "Well, it's a little bit complicated." And I explained that I was thinking about becoming a nun and what that meant, and it was marrying Jesus. And she just looked at me and she said, "I don't do that." She said, "I need someone I can touch and see and hear. None of this things not seen stuff for me. Thank you very much." She thought I was crazy. And I think that that's the response that faith means a lot. And we see that in our gospel for this week. In the gospel, Jairus is a man who comes to see Jesus because his daughter is dying. So he's begging him to heal her. And he comes and Jesus is like, "Yeah, sure, let's go." So they're on the way to the house and people come and they say, "No, your daughter's dead. Give it up. It's over." But Jesus looks at Jairus and he says, "Do not fear, only believe." And if I were Jairus, I think I would have had a hard time with that. But he went ahead with it. He followed Jesus and he said, "Yeah, okay." So they go to his house and there's a huge commotion. His daughter has died. There are people wailing and mourning and weeping and just making a huge fuss. And Jesus just cuts through it all. He sends them outside. He sends them away. And they go up to that room where his daughter is dead. And when they leave, she's alive because Jesus Christ has raised her, because Jairus had an assurance of things hoped for and a conviction of things not seen. Brothers and sisters, this is our call. It may seem crazy to have faith in our world that loves what it can touch and hear and see, but it is not crazy because we put our faith in Jesus Christ and he comes through and he raises from the dead. So let us pray for faith, brothers and sisters, and let us choose faith.